What if you could take control of your emotions, your thoughts, and your decisions, and in doing so, completely change the direction of your life? That's the central promise of Tony Robbins' classic book, Awaken the Giant Within, first published in 1991. In this book, Robbins lays out strategies to master your mindset, your habits, and ultimately your destiny. Robbins is one of the most famous motivational coaches in the world, known for his seminars and books. But Awaken the Giant Within is more than motivation. It's a practical blueprint for self-mastery, showing you how small shifts in beliefs and decisions can unlock extraordinary results. Welcome to 10-Minute Books, the channel where we break down the world's most powerful books into practical lessons you can absorb in just 10 minutes. Today, we're exploring Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins, a guide to unlocking your inner power and creating lasting change in every area of your life. The core idea: decisions shape destiny. Robbins' central message is that it's not the conditions of our lives, but our decisions that shape our destiny. Every choice you make, what to believe, how to act, what to focus on, creates the quality of your life. Big transformations don't come from luck or talent, but from mastering the decisions you make consistently. The power of beliefs. Our beliefs act like filters, shaping how we see the world and what we think is possible. Limiting beliefs such as "I'm not good enough" or "I'll never succeed" keep us stuck. Empowering beliefs like "I can learn anything" or "failure is feedback" push us forward. Robbins argues that by questioning and reshaping your beliefs, you can completely change your results. He gives the example of people who believed they couldn't quit smoking or lose weight until they decided to adopt new beliefs and suddenly succeeded. Neuro-associative conditioning. One of Robbins' most important tools is neuro-associative conditioning, or NAC. This is his system for rewiring your brain to associate pain with destructive behaviors and pleasure with empowering ones. For example, if you associate overeating with comfort, you'll keep doing it. But if you condition yourself to associate overeating with pain, like poor health or low energy, and associate healthy eating with pleasure, your habits will shift naturally. The key is repetition and emotion. By linking strong feelings to new behaviors, you reprogram your brain. The power of questions. Robbins emphasizes that the questions you ask yourself shape your focus. If you constantly ask, "Why does this always happen to me?" you'll find reasons to feel stuck. But if you ask, "What can I learn from this?" or "How can I use this?" you'll find new opportunities. Your brain is like a search engine. The questions you ask determine the answers you find. Emotions are decisions. We often think emotions just happen to us. But Robbins argues that emotions are created by what we focus on, what meaning we give events, and how we use our bodies. For example, focus on everything that's going wrong and you'll feel frustrated. Focus on what you can control and what's possible, and you'll feel empowered. Change your posture and breathing, and your emotional state shifts instantly. By mastering your focus, language, and physiology, you can master your emotions instead of being a victim to them. Values and rules. Robbins explains that every person has a set of values, the emotions and states they prioritize, such as love, success, freedom, or security. But often, our values conflict, or our rules for achieving them are impossible. For example, if your rule for happiness is, "I must succeed at everything I try," you'll rarely feel happy. But if your rule is, "I feel happy when I'm learning and growing," you'll feel fulfilled often. By clarifying your values and redefining your rules, you can create a life of greater balance and joy. The 6 human needs. Robbins outlines 6 universal human needs that drive all behavior. 1. Certainty, the need for safety and stability. 2. Uncertainty divided by variety, the need for change and excitement. 3. Significance, the need to feel important and valued. 4. Connection divided by love, the need for relationships and belonging. 5. Growth, the need to develop and expand. 6. Contribution, the need to give beyond yourself. Everyone prioritizes these needs differently, but understanding your own drivers and finding healthy ways to meet them is key to lasting fulfillment. The power of decisions in action. Robbins tells stories of people who transformed their lives through decisive choices. Someone who quit an addiction by linking massive pain to old habits, or someone who changed careers by deciding to follow passion instead of fear. He insists that it's in the moment of decision that your destiny is shaped. Even a single choice to forgive, to commit, to change direction can alter the course of your life. Financial mastery. Beyond psychology, Robbins also applies these principles to money. He emphasizes that financial freedom comes not just from making money, but from managing it. By deciding to save, invest, and build assets, you can create long-term independence. He stresses that money is a tool, not the ultimate goal. True wealth is being able to live life on your terms. Relationships. Robbins also devotes attention to relationships. He explains that conflicts often come from mismatched values or unmet needs. By communicating openly, meeting your partner's top needs, and focusing on giving instead of demanding, you can transform relationships into a source of deep fulfillment. The role of standards. One of Robbins' most powerful ideas is that we don't get what we want, we get what we must have. If something is just a should, we might procrastinate. But when it becomes a must, we take action. Raising your standards, deciding you will no longer settle for less in areas like health, career, or relationships is the key to permanent change. Daily rituals. Change isn't just about big decisions, but about consistent rituals. Robbins suggests creating daily habits that condition your mind and body for success. Whether that's exercising, journaling, or asking empowering questions each morning. Small rituals, repeated daily, create momentum that shapes your life. Case studies and stories. The book is filled with stories of people who used these principles to change. An athlete overcame setbacks by conditioning empowering beliefs. A struggling professional transformed finances by mastering money management. Robbins himself went from a broke janitor to one of the most influential coaches in the world by applying these strategies. Criticism and balance. Some critics argue that Robbins can be overly dramatic or that his ideas aren't new. But even skeptics admit his skill lies in simplifying psychology into practical tools people can apply immediately. His mix of energy, strategy, and tough love has helped millions create real results. Modern relevance. Even decades after its release, Awaken the Giant Within remains relevant. In a world full of distraction and stress, Robbins' reminder that you have the power to control your focus, your beliefs, and your decisions is more valuable than ever. The big takeaway: Awaken the Giant Within teaches that lasting change doesn't come from luck or external circumstances. It comes from mastering your decisions, beliefs, and standards. By raising your expectations, conditioning new habits, and aligning with your values, you awaken the giant within you. The question is, are you letting circumstances control your life? Or are you ready to make the decisions that shape your destiny? That was Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins, broken down in under 20 minutes. Which idea resonates most with you? The 6 human needs, the power of beliefs, or the role of daily rituals? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this summary, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to 10-Minute Books, and ring the bell so you never miss our weekly breakdowns of life-changing books. Thanks for watching, and remember, the giant within you is waiting. Wake it up with powerful decisions and bold action.